This, as we can see, almost directly across from the Utica Main Library on Park Avenue, New York, is the Park Avenue Community Garden. I just spoke with the director of the Utica Main Library, whom I've known for approximately 30 years. There were a few volunteers active. The not-for-profit organization is in fact the library. The library owns all this land. This is an example of nothing taking place. Unlike the Linwood Community Garden, there were a few volunteers, I was told, but for whatever reason, an executive decision was made to, in their words, pull the plug. Now again, a garden is not any specific one individual, but rather a group of individuals. And this is an example when a garden is not tended to, is left, even with morning glories. My mother loved morning glories, although they are considered an invasive species. In the words of one of my botany educators, Douglas Benson, a plant out of place, although common verbiage would be a weed. So here's an example of a garden that is not being kept, and it has two hoop houses. Three hoop houses. It probably only has 1/2 the size of the Linwood Community Garden. The executive director told me that in August there will be college volunteers coming in to remove all the growth here. Now being the middle of so-called July, I would expect by that time the growth will be quite high. It's obvious a little bit of mowing was taking place here. Either that or it's because it's here in this shaded area. Also, something the Linwood Community Garden lacks is the beauty of this type of gazebo here. The executive director did tell me that there are plans to make use of this space. I did not ask any great detail. My goal. Now this part obviously is, up until just recently, being much better maintained. But the growing space, I see a third cold frame house. Guess I wasn't actively counting them. Yeah, so there's at least four cold frame houses here. The executive director told me that everything was going to be removed. Perhaps maybe some of the wood could be reused or repurposed at the Linwood Community Garden. I'll have to, if that's a possibility, make that request. So here, obviously just not enough public interest. It's not to say that there is an interest, but for whatever reason, not enough interest from, and of course it's hard to say if these are volunteers or not. But if all of this is going to be removed, yep, and this is the, as I had thought, the PVC method. This is soft rubber. Nope, if it's loose, it's a loose joint. I had watched a YouTube video of how to make an inexpensive cold frame house, and using 1/2-inch PVC is one way to do that. And all you need is a small amount of poly. So this is an example of a garden it was being kept somewhat, but an executive decision was made to in their words, pull the plug.